What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I went to Dollar Tree the other day to check out their holiday stuff because if you want it, you gotta get it early, and ended up coming out with a full face of makeup instead, but I'm not mad about it because all this stuff costs a little over $14. It was like $14 and some change, which nowadays that's like equal to one drugstore product. So I got a full face of stuff. I'm really excited. I've definitely had some misses with Dollar Tree makeup in the past, but I've also found some great products too. So really excited. We're just gonna do a full face today and test everything on out. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, up first, obviously we need a sponge to apply everything. Now this really caught my eye. This is from the brand Be Pure. It says it's an antimicrobial makeup sponge, and what I thought was really interesting is it says infused with silver particles, like actual particles of like the metal silver, to keep your sponge cleaner and fresher for longer. I have never seen that before. Maybe that is like a known thing. I don't know, but I thought that was very interesting. Like a makeup sponge with silver particles. I don't think you're not actually gonna be able to like see them or feel them, hopefully, but we're gonna try it out. I had to get it. This is what it looks like. It actually feels quite soft, which is nice. Some of the beauty sponges that I've tried at the dollar store, I swear they're like little rocks. Like no matter what you do to them, they are just really hard. I'm obviously going to dampen this before we go in and use it, so I'll be right back. Okay, it got a lot bigger once dampened and honestly feels so soft, so I'm excited about this. Now, we're gonna jump right on in with this. This is a beauty benefit cream, so basically like a BB cream. The brand is Candy Moyo, which I don't think I've ever tried this brand. Like a lot of times Dollar Tree has the same brands. I don't think I've ever tried this one specifically, but this is their BB cream. I got it in shade medium 1. So I'm gonna go in and just squeeze some on the skin. Not sure what the coverage is gonna be like on this, so I'm just gonna use about that much and we'll see. Typically BB creams don't have like a lot of coverage, and I'm gonna go in with the sponge to blend. Okay, the sponge is really soft and really large, so I like that a lot. It actually reminds me a lot of the Sonia Kashuk sponge. You can get it at Target. It's like black and white marbled, but that one also gets really big, so it's like easy to do your full face like really quickly, and it's super soft. So the Dollar Tree sponges have come a long way, and this is honestly blending out very well. Like looks pretty nice. Gave me like a decent coverage, I would say, for a BB cream. Certainly not a full coverage, but covered up my redness and problem areas and gives me like a nice even complexion, and I think it honestly really looks nice. All right, so far we are starting off on a good note. I love it. All right, now let's jump in with concealer. This is from the Be Pure brand, so same brand as a beauty sponge. Fingers crossed it's just as good. This is their Essentially Ageless Hydrating Serum Concealer. I got this in shade light medium, and I'm gonna just go right on in on my under eyes with this. It feels nice and creamy upon application, but let's see as we blend it out what kind of coverage it gives. All right, let's go in and blend. Okay, definitely a lighter coverage, which I honestly kind of expected. A lot of times like hydrating concealers are a bit lighter coverage. That did give me a nice brightness though to the under eyes. If you like full coverage concealers, this would not be the one I would suggest for you, but honestly not bad for like an everyday light coverage but brightening sort of concealer. Like not a bad product. Doesn't feel drying or anything on the under eyes, which is nice. So I would say the hydrating claim is there on this. For myself personally though, I typically like something that gives me a little more coverage on the under eye area, but not terrible. Okay, up next we have LA Colors. This is one of my favorite brands at Dollar Tree. They always have a ton of their stuff, and a lot of their stuff is really good, but super affordable. It kind of reminds me of like e.l.f. in like their earlier days, like back in the day when everything from e.l.f. was like $1. LA Colors kind of reminds me of like the old school e.l.f., but this is their contour stick. So it just looks like this. I'm gonna go in on my cheeks with this to contour out that area, little on the forehead, and we'll do the chin too, just for good measure. This would actually be nice on the nose. I don't normally contour a nose, but because it's a lot smaller, like most other contour sticks are a lot wider, because this is smaller, I feel like it would be actually really nice for the nose, if that's an area that you typically contour. All right, let's go in and blend and hope that it blends. Okay, it's blending all right. It's a little patchy when I'm blending it, but it is working into the skin. I mean, again, keeping in mind that it was $1, I guess technically $1.25. Now is how much most things cost at the Dollar Tree. I did not buy anything though that was over $1. I know Dollar Tree now has some things that are over $1. My Dollar Tree actually didn't have any makeup that was over $1. All the makeup was still at the dollar range. So honestly didn't blend half bad. Do I have contours that blend a bit easier? Absolutely, but they're also like 20 times the price. So for $1 and a pinch, if you want something, I don't think this is bad. It will blend. It's definitely more of like a bronzer sort of tone, I would say. It's definitely warm toned, so works a bit better as like a bronzer rather than a traditional contour, which would be a little bit more cool toned, but I still like it and did its job to kind of sculpt out my face, so I can't complain. Okay, this next product I was really excited about, also from LA Colors. This is their makeup stick. So the shade on this is Pink Satin, and basically with this, you're supposed to be able to use it as a lipstick, a blush, or an eyeshadow. So I figured we could use it as our blush because I have a separate lipstick and eyeshadow to try out, but love that they have cream blushes now. That was something that I didn't used to be able to really find at Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna go in and just kind of draw this on the cheeks. Oh no. See, I mean, when I put it on my hand, you can like kind of see it. It's really light. Like you can't even really see it at all. I don't know if it's the shade or it's just like the product is not really pigmented, because I'm really going in with a lot on my cheeks and like you could kind of barely see it. Oh, I was excited about this one. All right, this one I would say probably skip on, honestly. The more I go in with, like you can see it more, but it's like you really have to like press it down to really get anything from it. So this one I would say probably skip on. Like now that I used a ton, you can see it, but I would say all the other products we've tried before this worked a lot better than this one did, unfortunately. I do have another blush though. So we have a powder blush too, because they had a beautiful powder blush that I just had to get because it looks so pretty. So we'll get to that soon enough. All right, for eyebrow pencil, I went with one from Ioni. They make really great lashes at Dollar Tree, so if you're ever in Dollar Tree, look for the Ioni lashes. They have really, really pretty ones, again, for $1. But this is their brow pencil, so it came in shade medium brown. It does say that it's waterproof, which is pretty cool, so let's go in and see how it works. There is not a spoolie on this, so I am just gonna go in with a little spoolie that I have to spoolie my brows in place, and then we will go in with this. I'm gonna start by doing just like a line to work off of. Okay, color looks good. I'm just gonna like feather the brows in like so. Okay, honestly, this is pretty good. Works really easily. The only thing I can say is that I just wish there was a spoolie, because I do always use spoolies when I'm doing my brows. Like once I'll go in with this, I'll go back through just to blend everything through with a spoolie, so it's always really helpful. But again, for $1.25, I can't really complain, and I'll just grab a different spoolie that I have. But honestly, that worked really good. It's creamy, it's pigmented. It has a waxy consistency to it, so it's gonna help to hold the brows in place, but it doesn't make them look super unnatural or like change the color of the brows or anything. So I think this is pretty good. All right, up next for eyes, I got this LA Colors 3-color eyeshadow palette. So I've tried a lot of the LA Colors eyeshadow palettes that they have at Dollar Tree. They have bigger ones that have a lot more shades. I think they have like 8+ shades in them, which those aren't terrible, but they definitely are a little bit patchy. Like they leave something to be desired. So I wanted to try the 3 shade ones because I don't think I've tried any of these before, to see if the quality is better because we're getting less shades, or if it's just gonna be the same thing. It does say on the packaging new and improved, so that's kind of what got me. But I grabbed this one. They had a couple different colorways. This is the colorway Tumbleweed. Let me take it out of the packaging to show you. It's like a little neutral palette like this. You get a matte brown and then 2 shimmers. You do get one of these little eyeshadow things as well. All right, so let's just go in with the matte brown and bring that into our crease and buff it back and forth. Okay, I can actually already tell that these eyeshadows are better than the other ones that I've tried. So I don't know if it's just because this is the 3-pan palette now, or they did like new and improvements on all of the formulas, but this is definitely more pigmented and blending a bit easier than ones that I've tried in the past. So I definitely like that. So I'm just gonna buff this shade into the crease on both sides. All right, got that all blended. Now let's jump back in with some of the glitter shades. I'm gonna go in with the darker one first, and I'm gonna go all over the lid with this. Oh wow, okay, I'm just literally using a dry brush, didn't wet the brush or anything, and it's still coming up pretty and foiled. A lot of times with glitter shadows, I either have to use my finger or I have to go in with like a setting spray and wet the brush to get like a foiled look, but that actually looks really pretty just completely with a dry brush. So I like that. It does show up a bit darker, I feel like, on the eyes than it looks in the pan, but nonetheless, still really pretty. So I'm just applying that all over the lid. And then I'm gonna grab the lighter glitter shadow and I'm gonna apply that beneath the brow bone and in the inner corner to brighten. And then I'm gonna jump back in with that matte brown on the lower lash line and just buff that out down there just so everything blends together. Okay, honestly, I really like this look, and this worked a lot better than other LA Colors eyeshadow palettes that I've used in the past. This worked up to par to most drugstore eyeshadow palettes that I have used. It was pigmented, it was blendable, and it was $1.25. So love to see that and love this little look that we were able to create. Alrighty, for mascara, I have the LA Colors Bold Lash Mascara. I'm gonna go in with this on my lashes. Really big wand on this, so it should hopefully be volumizing. I'm gonna just go in and coat my lashes. Okay, not giving a ton of volume, but I feel like it is giving like length and separation, so I can't be mad at it, just not what I thought it was gonna be, because normally with the really big wands, they like pack on a lot of volume, and this one isn't really doing that, but it is giving length and separation, which I like. Definitely not my favorite mascara, but not terrible. Okay, now this I was shocked to see in Dollar Tree. These are the Ardell Aqua Lashes. I feel like these didn't come out all that long ago, like maybe a year or two ago, but this is my first time that I've ever seen Ardell lashes at Dollar Tree. I always see the Ioni brand, sometimes LA Colors, or various brands will have them, but I've never actually seen Ardell. And these ones are cool because you don't actually need lash glue with them. They are water activated. So I think I tried these when these came out like a while back, but I honestly do not remember my thoughts. But I got these style 349. This is what they look like. So let me take them out. Okay, so yeah, it's really interesting. Like the band is pretty stiff because it basically like already has the glue on it. So it's actually very stiff. And then you activate them by dipping them in some water. All right, so I just filled this up with some water. I'm gonna dip the lash in there. It's kind of hard to not get the lash all wet while doing that. So I'm a little nervous now that I'm gonna like put the lash on and it's gonna ruin everything else. The band is still really like difficult to move, which is interesting. All right, the glue is getting tacky though. Can feel it. All right, I don't know how these are gonna work, but I'm just gonna go in and try and place it on the lash line. All right, not too bad. It definitely feels a little weird. Let's wait for it to like dry down, because it's just the band is very thick because it's packed with like a glue that's basically been hardened that then you like soften when you apply it to the water. So it definitely feels a little weird, but I think it is working. I'm just not sure how I feel about it because now my eye just feels kind of wet, and you can like see, I feel like the glue because it's so thick on there. Like I would never normally apply my lash glue as thick as it's on there. So these I don't really know about. You know, give it a second to let it dry and see how it looks. Okay, I'm checking, like it is stuck to my eyelid now, but again, you can just like see the glue because it's on there so thick, so that there's no way to like press the lash completely against your eyelid. I don't know if that's how they initially were, or it's because these are kind of like older, and I'm assuming that's why they're at Dollar Tree, and maybe like the glue hardened and thickened like a bit more than it was supposed to. So I feel like it just looks weird on my eye. So these I really would not recommend. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off. Ooh, yeah, you can see like the glue so thick on there. These are just not my favorite. I wouldn't recommend. I feel like I don't remember them being like this the first time that I tried them. So I don't know, but I think my eyes look better without them on there. I'm gonna just reapply a little extra mascara. But those I would say if you see them at Dollar Tree, skip them, just get the Ioni brand or LA Colors. They're gonna be a lot better for $1. I was just excited to see Ardell there, but I feel like not as good as like the typical Ardell lashes. Those I would not recommend. All right, let's go in with the blush. I was so excited about this one. I thought this was such a pretty color. I love like bright pink blushes like this. So this is the LA Colors Powder Blush. The shade is Sweet Cheeks. And this is what it looks like. So pretty. And I'm gonna just go in with my brush. You do get a little brush like this with it, but I just prefer to use my own. I'm gonna go in on my cheeks with this and kind of buff and blend. Okay, she's definitely bright, but I like it. Making up for the fact that our cream blush did not show up at all on our cheeks. Like this one is bright and pretty, but I love bright, pretty blushes like this. So honestly, I'm all about it. Gave a pretty little pop to the cheeks. And do a little on my nose as well. Okay, now time for highlight. I got this face highlight from the Ioni brand. So again, the brand where I know that I like their lashes, and same brand as the eyeshadow pencil. They have this highlight. So this is the face highlight. The shade I think is Emma. This is what it looks like. Cute little palette that you get, but I'm gonna go in with this on the cheeks. Ooh, that's actually quite pretty. It's more icy, but still gives a really pretty glow to the cheeks. And they actually had a couple different colors. I believe this was the lightest one that they had, but they had a couple different options, but that gives a pretty like icy glow to the cheeks. I like that. I'm gonna do a little down the nose as well, and my cupid's bow. Really pretty. Alrighty, and then last but not least for the lips, I got this LA Colors Nude Glam lipstick, and the shade is Pinky Swear. Supposed to be a creamy formula, and it says one swipe color, so it's supposed to be like full coverage. So let's see. This honestly looks like a shade that I would go for all the time, so I'm excited. Ooh, okay, it actually is really creamy. It looks matte, but it goes on super creamy and feels really creamy on the lips. Like it doesn't have a shiny finish, but it feels super creamy. It also smells really good. like vanilla cinnamon or something. It's a little light for my taste. Normally I go for like nudes that are a little bit darker, but I feel like with a darker lip liner, this could totally work for me, and I really like how creamy it feels, but it still has that matte finish, so I like this. All right, you guys, I feel like overall we had a lot of hits. Like, we had way more hits than misses. Honestly, the only two products that I really didn't love was the cream blush and the lashes. The concealer too, for me, is probably not a product that I'm gonna use again a ton, but everything else I feel like worked really, really well. So I'm excited that we were able to find some good finds that are obviously super affordable. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.